Under 3.2, we need to equip ourselves with skills of sketching the graph of y is equals to sec x, cosec x, and cot x. And in this particular question, that is example 3, we are expected to find or to sketch the graph of y is equals to sec x. And one thing we know is that y is equals to sec x, and let me just put it here, or rather sec theta is equals to 1 over cosine theta. So anytime we are expected to sketch the graph of y is equals to sec theta, we should be able to have the graph of y is equals to cosine theta, after which we reciprocate it, or we write it in terms of y is equals to 1 over x, 1 over cosine theta. And if we may plot the graph of y is equals to cosine theta, we know that when theta is negative 360, then cosine negative 360 is 1. Cosine negative 270 is 0. Cosine negative 180 is negative 1. Cosine negative 90 is 0. And cosine 0 is 1. Cosine 90 is 0. Then cosine positive 180 is negative 1. And cosine 270 is 0. And cosine 360 is simply 1. Now, having done that, we may even have the curve of y is equals to cosine theta. You can even name it y is equal to cosine theta. Now that we know sec x is equals to 1 over cosine x, or theta for that matter, one thing we must take care of, wherever cosine theta is 0, 1 over 0 is undefined. So we are going to have undefined graph along this line, so that becomes an asymptote. This is cosine negative 90 is 0, then 1 over 0 is going to be undefined. There is going to be another asymptote over there, and another asymptote over there. And as such, we need to ask ourselves, now that cosine negative 360 is negative 1, what is 1 over negative 1? Not negative 1. The cosine of negative 360 is 1, positive 1. What is 1 over 1? Of course 1, so it doesn't change. Moving to the right, we need now to realize that the cosine of negative 270 is 0. But we need to know which direction does the new graph take. So if we took the cosine of negative 271, the cosine of negative 271, we are going to realize that it is a very small positive number, and 1 over 0.0174 moving forward is going to be a very big negative number. So 1 over a very small positive number is going to be a very big positive number, because the cosine of negative 270 or negative 271, just one step to the left, is a very small positive number. 1 divided by a very small positive number, we get a big positive number. So this is our graph moving forward, and this is an asymptote. Of course, 1 over 0 is undefined, so this graph will never touch this line. We need to know the nature of the graph that is coming after 270 to the right. And 270 is just negative, what is cosine negative 269 degrees? It is a very small negative number, which is negative 0.0174. 1 over a very small negative number becomes a very big negative number. And of course, 1 over negative 1, it doesn't change, so that one remains that way. And you can see our graph here is going to look, of course, it won't touch this asymptote. It won't touch this asymptote. Of course, it's going to be that way. It's going to look like that. Why like that? If we talked about cosine negative 91, cosine negative 91 degrees is going to be a very small negative number, and that's why we are 1 over a very small negative number is a very big negative number. What about 89? The cosine of 89 degrees. It's a very small positive number, and therefore it's 1 over. The sec is a very big positive number. Of course, 1 doesn't change, so the graphs we are going to have will kind of have that kind of a pattern. So you can even predict now, this part, we are going to have a graph that looks like that. You're going to have a graph that looks like that. And moving forward, you're going to have a graph that looks like that. So at the end of the day, you will realize that the red graphs, these graphs are the graphs of y is equals to sec theta. The red graphs are the ones that are amplifying y is equals to sec theta. Now, one thing we must know or remember is that within the graph of y is equals to sec theta, we must know that it is asymptotic in every point when the cosine theta was 0, like negative 270, negative 90, positive 90, and positive 270 moving forward. But probably you need to also know that it has a symmetry in the y-axis. It has a symmetry in the y-axis, meaning that if you cut across the y-axis, the left-hand side is quite identical to the right-hand side. It has a period of 360 degrees. What does that mean? It repeats itself after every 360 degrees. For instance, if you started at negative 360, and at negative 360 we have 1 rising to the positive infinity. If you add 360 to negative 360, you will get 0 because that is 0. I mean, you should, after 360, which gives you now 0, or it brings you to 0, you should start from positive 1 again rising up. So you will see you started from 1 rising up at negative 360, and you start repeating the same at 0, positive 1 rising up. So it has a period of 360 degrees or 2 pi, meaning that it repeats itself after every 360 degrees. It has a vertical asymptote at all the values of x for which cosine x was 0. And I think I've said that. It has a vertical asymptote at all the values of x for which the cosine theta was 0. So we have that asymptote, we have that asymptote, we have that asymptote, and we have that asymptote. Because if, for example, the cosine of 90 degrees, we know it's 0. Now, 1 over cosine 90, which is 1 over 0, is obviously infinity. That is why we are explaining that this one is explained in the sketch by asymptotes, like the one which appears along the 90 degrees, which you have given here as an example. Fine, it is that is it. Even as we learn ourselves, we teach ourselves how to sketch the graph of y is equals to cosec theta in the next video. All right.